Hello, hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here for our first lunch and learn. Hold on, I'm trying to set up my screen here. I'm in this little corner. There, that's much better. So, welcome to our first lunch and learn. Today we are going to take a look at what happened to those resolutions that we set up. They were there. We spent a lot of time and a lot of thought to create them, and then all of a sudden they disappeared. And now we're in February. So what happened? Well, you know what? We're going to look at what happened, but we're also going to move on from there. I'm going to give y'all tools today um, to move on from there and to create the goals because resolutions really don't work. They're very generic. That's one of the problems with them. But today we're going to talk about setting up our SMART goals so we can move on from those resolutions that don't work into SMART goals that do work. So, hi, everybody. I'm April, and I will be your hostess every Wednesday at noon Central Time for our Lunch and Learns. If there's things that you would like to learn more about, please drop me some comments and just give me some ideas. I'm always open for new ideas. And as you're popping on, say hello. Tell me what you're having for lunch. I've got my notes, and we are ready to go. So, what happened to the resolutions? Normally, the problem with them is that they're very generic. So, I want to lose weight. So, technically, if I lose 1 pound, I've accomplished my resolution. Is that really what I wanted, though? Maybe a better goal, a SMART goal would be I want to be down to 140 pounds by April 15th. And I'll weigh in once a week. That way I can monitor my progress. So, and that sets me up for success rather than I just want to lose weight because then I really don't know if I've accomplished my goal. If I don't know where I'm going, I don't know when I'm going to get there. I don't know if I get there. It's kind of like jumping in the car and somebody says, "Oh, where are you going?" I don't know. How are you going to know when you get there? So we don't want that. But we're going to talk about reframing our goal and getting some clarity on it. So it's real important, why to reassess your goals. And you should do this on a regular basis anyway. Whether you started with the resolutions, they didn't work, now you're going to set up some goals. Reassess your goals depending on what goal it is, at least on a monthly basis. I would say that's the least amount of time. Like I set my goal in January. I have a weight loss goal. My goal is to be 140 pounds by April 15th. So I monitor that every week. I've weighed in. Last week I weighed in. I weighed in on Sunday. I weighed in on Sunday and I gained a pound. So now it's time to reassess my goal. So now what I'm doing, besides the cardio that I'm already doing, and I was just walking, watching what I eat. So I've managed to lose about 8 pounds just doing that. And some of that was holiday bloating, things like that, all the good stuff, all the fun stuff. But what I've done now is now I'm adding resistance training. So like today I went for a walk and then I went to the gym and worked out. So, and I'm also adding some more cardio in. So this is a process, but I'm reassessing my goal on a monthly basis to see, okay, what am I doing that's working? What do I need to adjust? And we know when it comes to weight loss, our body kind of gets used to what we're doing after 30 days, and we have to reevaluate anyway. So that's where I'm at. Let's see. I'm losing my place. Clarity. Why are we doing the goal? What is the goal? Okay, that's to start with. And when I say a SMART goal, for those of you who aren't sure what that is, it's specific. That's the S. It's measurable. Like I said, my goal, 140 pounds by April 15th. It's very specific. Measurable, I expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds at least every week. That way it keeps me on target for, on schedule to reach my target. It's achievable. Have I been down to 140 before? Yes, I have. I know what it takes. So I know I can achieve it because I've done it before. It's relevant. It's relevant to me. It's relevant to me and my health. I want to start running more, and having that extra weight does not make me feel comfortable. I've got some cute clothes that I want to wear. So the weight loss is relevant to me, and it's time bound. I've set like April 15th is my deadline. I've set my when I'm going to weigh in. I weigh in every Sunday. So it's um, bound throughout the goal. So, all right. And that gives me clarity of what the goal is. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it for me. So, you have to kind of evaluate what your goal, who it's for. Is it for you? Is it for somebody else? Are you maybe trying to quit smoking because your family nags you about it? Good for them. So, we're also going to look at our past goals. How have we achieved our past goals? Like I said, I've lost weight before. I've been down to that weight. So I know I can do it. What were my pitfalls maybe before? What did I have trouble with before? What did I use to, accomplish my goal before? So those are some of the things that I'm going to look at. Even review your goals from 2023. We're not that far away from 2023. So, what did you accomplish then? And what is left over that you're still holding on to? Do you need to reevaluate those goals, reassess them, and maybe get some clarity on, is this really a goal that I want to accomplish? Is it really important to me? If it is, then, work with it some and see if it needs to be adjusted. Maybe it's too big for right now. Maybe you need to eat that elephant one bite at a time instead of trying to eat the whole thing at once. So, just something to think about. All right. What worked? What worked? What didn't work? That we always have to look at this. I spent 20 years in the military, and anytime we had any kind of exercise or some kind of evolution that we had to take care of, we always did an after action report. What went right? What went wrong? How can we make the process better afterwards? We can do that ourselves with everything, with our goals, with our life, with, a family vacation. What went terribly wrong with a family vacation last time? Maybe it's that the family was there. I don't know. I'm not judging, but something to look at. Definitely reevaluate. Take a honest assessment of what happened. Assess your current realities. Are you in a better place? Maybe last year's goal didn't get accomplished because you weren't in a good place. Do you have things better set up now that you feel like you can accomplish this goal? So, do you have maybe a better support system in place? That's so important. If we've got people in our ear telling us, we're being silly or we can't have that or whatever negativity they're feeding into us, maybe since we tried that goal last time, now we've changed the people that are surrounding us. We've got a good support system. We have those girlfriends who cheer us on no matter what ideal we come up with. So if you don't have those ladies in your life, then I definitely want you to, drop some comments in the comment section saying, hey, I'm looking for a good support system. I'm looking for a cheering squad, because we would love to be your cheering squad. All right. So, um, present. Okay. Hold on. Recognizing changes. Um, recognizing our changes that and how they affect our goals. Do we need to prioritize something else? Maybe we need to prioritize ourselves. Maybe that's what we need to do at this point in our lives. Maybe we need to eliminate some of those naysayers in our lives. That's always, no matter what we try. There's a commercial right now. Oh, it's for Etsy. It took me a longest time to figure out who it was for because I listen to the message of commercials. I don't necessarily pay attention to what they are advertising, but it talks about being a dreamer. When we were kids, we were dreamers. Oh, we wanted to go to the moon. We wanted to marry a prince. We wanted whatever. We wanted to be a ballerina, whatever that dream was. But then as we got older, people told us things like dreams don't pay the bills, get realistic, get a real job, you can't do that. And we took on other people's baggage. Well, I'm here to tell you, get rid of other people's baggage. And you know what? Tell them to take it with them on their way out. So you don't need that. You don't need that kind of negativity. We're here to build each other up. So um, determine your most impactful goals. A lot of times it's kind of like when we decide to go to the gym at the beginning of the new year. We do everything. We do everything. We do the heaviest weight that we can possibly do because we are going to get healthy overnight. No, you're not. All you're going to do is make yourself so sore that the very thought of going to the gym turns you off. Like today, I went down, I worked out, I did lighter weights, I did a circuit. So that way my whole body will be sore, but I did a light weight and I didn't overdo it. Because I know that I'm going to be sore because I haven't been lifting. So that's just how I did it. But we have to be careful that we don't try to do so much that we don't end up doing anything. So look at your goals, get you a book. I mean, it could be a simple spiral notebook. I have tons of these. And start with writing down your goals, right? Just data dump. Get everything out of your head because as women, we carry a lot in our mind, in our brain. And not only our stuff, but our kids' stuff, our husband's stuff, our friends' stuff. You I've gotten to the point where I know there's something going on with you. I just don't remember what it was or if this is even the right day. So, I've come to terms with that. But get you a notebook, get you a piece of paper, something, and just write out all of your goals. It doesn't matter how silly they are, anything, just write them out. And out of that, I want you to prioritize what goals, no more than three, what goals you really want to work on. And are you willing to do the work to accomplish those goals? If not, then maybe you need to adjust the goal. So if you want to make $1 million in real estate, well, if you're not even making 50,000 in real estate, maybe we need to adjust that goal because we want to make it into bite-sized pieces because that's how we eat an elephant, one bite at a time. So let's make these goals realistic. Isn't that one of the SMART goals? Measurable, achievable. All right. So we want to create a clear vision and purpose. Why are you doing this goal? Why is it important to you? And is it important to you? Or is it important to someone else? Because when we take on other people's goals, it's kind of like other people's baggage. If it's not something we care about, because as women, that's how we're wired, if it doesn't align with our values and our goals should align. And if it doesn't do that, we're going to have a hard time. We're going to struggle accomplishing that goal. So make sure that this is a relevant, important goal to you, because that's all it needs to be important to, not to anyone else. The why. Why do you want it? It's the same thing. It goes along the same lines as, is it your goal? Because if it's somebody else's goal, it's probably not important to you. So make sure you know your why. Why am I trying to lose weight? Because I feel healthier. I feel like I look better and I'm just more confident with myself overall because I can, I'm working out, I'm running, I'm doing the things that I enjoy and I feel better in my body. Do I get compliments? Well, of course I get compliments. But when I tell people how much I weighed before, they're like, oh, you don't look like you weighed that much. Oh, I did. So you still get compliments, but That's not why I do it, and that's not why you should do it for external, um, validation. I knew that word was in there. Okay, linking I touched on this earlier, linking your values to your goal accomplishment. If you don't know what your values are, drop me some comments. I've got a values assessment I would be happy to to send out to you. And it just kind of goes through like some of the important areas of your life. Because if that's something you have never spent time with, then I highly recommend that you spend a little time figuring out your values and making sure that your goals are aligned with your values. Because if one of your values is family time, then if you have a goal of moving up in your company, those goals probably that goal and that value are not in alignment because it's really hard to move up in a company, especially, corporate America, wherever, if you're trying to spend more time at home with your family. So, you see how those can be out of alignment. So make sure that you figure out what your values are. Like my values are family or faith, family, and service to others. So as long as I'm in alignment and my goals are in alignment with that, I'm good. All right. So we talked about setting the goals. Look at your resolutions that, hopefully you wrote them down someplace. How can we make those SMART goals? And if you need help with that, say SMART goals in the comments. And I've got a worksheet, a little uh, PDF, and it just kind of goes through exactly what a SMART goal is, each step, how to evaluate, how to make a goal a SMART goal. So, and it will walk you through step by step. And you can do that with each goal. Like I said, I would recommend not more than three, depending on what they are, maybe just two. So, in my boot camp that I'm doing, the Creating Smart Goals for 2024, we pick two. We pick two and we concentrate on those because once you learn the skill to make your resolutions into SMART goals, you can continuously do it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's not different every time. It's the same process to walk through and make it a SMART goal. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you're clear, you're concise. Break down your goals into actionable steps because it doesn't do you any good to have this nice SMART goal and you haven't created an implementation plan to accomplish it. And we want to make sure that our SMART goals are, I would say, I like to keep them less than 6 months. Some people have bigger goals like becoming debt free. Okay, normally you're not going to be able to do that in 6 months. It depends. It depends on a lot of factors. So look at that goal is, okay, maybe you can't get totally debt free in 6 months, but can you pay off your lowest balance credit card in 6 months? That's a good goal to start with. And then you can take that, you can snowball, you can roll it and roll it and roll it. So we definitely we don't want a 5-year goal at this point. We want to have anywhere between 6 and 12 months, preferably 6, because it's a building. Start with a smaller goal, accomplish that, and that can build you into a larger goal. All right. Identify potential obstacles. And sometimes obstacles are things, sometimes they're timing, sometimes they're people. It just kind of depends on what kind of obstacles. But you definitely want to have that support system. We talked about that earlier. And it's okay. I know some people say, oh, I don't want to be negative and whatever. If you have a tendency to go to the negative side, give yourself 10, 15 minutes. Get your notebook and sit down and say, okay, negative Nelly, what could go wrong? And write those things down. And maybe that will help you with your planning to prevent those things from going wrong. So, but remember, when you go to the what could go wrong, don't forget to consider what could go right. So there's two sides to every coin. If you're going to look at the negative, make sure you look at, the positive outcome of accomplishing that goal. Um, your strategies, what, and that has a lot to do with looking at your support system, looking at what could go wrong, looking at any obstacles. What do I need to put in place? Like before I started my eating plan to lose weight, I had to go grocery shopping. I had to make sure that there were certain things in place and certain things out of the house. So all the junk food went out and the healthier food came in because I had to set myself up for success. Um, Implementation, commitment, that's huge. You have to be committed to that. And we talked about your why. If your why is strong enough, then that definitely, some people say, oh, if your why is strong enough, you can do anything. If your why is strong enough, it's easier to commit to the outcome of what you want to accomplish. Accountability. If you do not have an accountability partner, then you know what? Drop some comments here, drop them in the group and just say, hey, this is my goal. I'd love to be accountable to the group, and we will hold you accountable. That doesn't mean nagging. That doesn't mean doing it for you. That means, hey, did you make the calls that you wanted to today? Did you go for a walk? Did you? And we can celebrate those wins with you. So drop us some comments and say, hey, I worked out today. Hey, I went for a walk. Hey, I just contacted, 5 new potential clients and scheduled 1 call out of those 5. Yay! Let us celebrate with you. We're here for you. We're almost done. I'm going to keep this under 30 minutes. That is the goal for every week because I know not everybody gets an hour lunch. I worked many jobs where I didn't get an hour lunch. When I was in the military, there was many days where I always had pretzels and peanut butter in my desk drawer because some days that was lunch. So don't forget to drop me some comments. Let me know what you're having for lunch. Are you at work? Are you working from home? All that other fun stuff. Setting up the accountability. That not only is an accountability partner or partners, if you want to share with us, it's the reassessment of the goal. How are you doing? And your reassessment period can be different. Like I said, mine's every week I weigh in. I may have to tweak things, but at least on a monthly basis, I want to see is what I'm doing is working. Because sometimes a week is not long enough to figure out if what I'm doing is working. All right. Adjusting your goals. Please give yourself some grace when it comes to this. They are not, written in stone tablets. They are your goals. And if you feel the need to adjust them, that's okay. And don't let anyone tell you it's not. You're okay. Your goals are okay. And everybody thinks adjusting their goals down. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to say, hey, I had a 6-month goal and I've already reached it and I'm 3 months in. Maybe I made that goal a little too easy. Maybe I'm going to bump it up some and that way I can celebrate again. But don't wait to celebrate with your new goal. Celebrate the one that you've accomplished already. But give yourself some grace just in case you have to maybe stretch your timeline or lower your initial goal. So remember, we're eating an elephant one bite at a time. All right. So our key takeaways for today, we're going to reassess our resolutions that we made last month that didn't quite make it into February. We're going to make them SMART goals, and we're going to look at our overall, do we have a plan to accomplish these goals? What's some of our obstacles? What's our support system? And, I know I covered a lot more than that, but those are the highlights. If you want to know more, if you want to schedule a discovery call, and I can go through and maybe address a couple of individual, specific to you, I would be happy to do that. And next week, we'll have another training. This month of February is all about rebooting our goals. So we're going to talk about something else next week. If you have any suggestions or anything specific that you have questions on, make sure that you drop them in the comment. And I will see y'all next week. Have a great day. Be blessed, and we'll talk soon.